sold bean pies on the corner of Vernon and Crenshaw for about 8 years. And I didn't know at the time, but John Simmons was one of my bean pie customers. And he would come up and buy pies about every day. My bean pie customers, that's the only thing I really miss about Los Angeles. Natalie Cole and Little Richard and Stevie Wonder and Marla Gibbs, and the guy that played Grady, Curtis Blow. They were like my everyday customers. And he came up one day and told me he wanted me to be in his movie. I didn't believe him because everybody, if you ever be in LA long enough, everybody in Los Angeles is in the movies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. I asked him how many bean pies he wants. So he kept saying he wanted me to be in his movie. I said, well, if you want me to be in your movie, come get me and I'll go do this little part. So one day I was selling my pies on the corner, and this big movie truck came up. He put my cart, I had a table, my pies and stuff. He put them all on the truck and took me over to King of Buckingham and told me he wanted me to do that little part. I was only there for maybe about a half hour, but the little part I did took about 5 seconds. And I shot that little part. Then he took me back to the studio and he had me put the words to it. I put about maybe 15 words or something to that. And he gave me $800 for doing that. I thought that was a good day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
$800, and I sold 40 bean pies. I averaged 40 bean pies a day.
Okay. Yes, sir. Now, when you said Natalie Cole and you said Little Richard.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. When they would buy the bean pie, did you ever ask them questions, or they would just buy the bean pie and keep it moving?
No, they buy it. I mean, they would come up about every day. You know, so it's like I had sold a bean pie to Natalie Cole, and the brother said, "Did you get an autograph?" I said, "What?" And the brother asked me why I didn't get an autograph. I said she'll be back tomorrow.
Okay. Now, when you say you got a bean pie, sold a bean pie to Stevie Wonder, could you explain? Was he in the back? Like, how did that work with him coming to buy bean pie? Could you explain that?
He drove up with a gentleman, drove him up there, and he gets out the car and he walks over to me with the gentleman, and he bought a bean pie. And the first time he did it, he gave me a 20. And I ain't want to, I Stevie Wonder, I ain't want to rip Stevie off, So I explained to him, he gave me a 20, and he said to me, "You don't think I know where my money is?" He was giving me a tip.